So today's session is about equipment, golf equipment. Okay, so what is important here to know? I'm just going to discuss some basic things which everyone should know. Actually, golf equipment is a huge topic. There are a lot of things to uh, debate in this topic, but what I'm going to discuss are some basic things, okay, which everyone should know about that. Okay, so golf equipment. Firstly, I will give you brief uh, idea about how many types of clubs do we get in our bag. Okay, so firstly, remember golf equipment is not only the club. Golf equipment includes, the ball is also a part of equipment, and the grip is also the part of equipment. The golf shoes are also part of equipment. So as a whole, we will discuss, okay, today. So firstly, what are the how many types of clubs do we have in our bag? We have a driver, which is the uh, longest club in the bag, okay. And as I will keep moving to the different types of clubs, I will keep on telling you what are the features of them also. Okay. So firstly, driver. Okay, driver is the longest club. It has it does not have it has the biggest head also. So you know what are the three components of a golf club? There is a head that is called club head. Then there is a stick. There is a stick which is attached with the head, and then on the top of the club is the grip. Okay, so grip, shaft, and the head. All three things combinedly create a golf club. Okay, so it is not called golf stick; it is called a club. Proper term for the golf equipment. The thing which you use to hit the ball is club. Okay, so first category of club is driver. Then comes wood. Okay, the driver generally you play through tee off, or generally you play the ball where you from the area where you put the ball on a tee and then hit the ball. Okay, then comes, okay, the tee on which we put the ball is also a part of equipment. It also creates the difference in your game. So all the equipment I'm talking about, whether it is a golf club, it is your glove, it is whether it is the grip of the club, your golf shoe, and the ball. All these things can create the difference in your game. Okay, it is not only about how good you are in, how good you are in swinging the club, how good uh, uh, how good you are in a proper technique of a swing. Okay, how good is your technique to play the game? Not only that, but also the equipment also play important role to improve your performance. Okay, so driver we have discussed. Driver we generally play when we tee off the shot. Then comes the wood. Okay, wood is what? A club which has lower loft, but which is meant to hit the ball at a long to a long distance. Okay, and a wood is generally played from the fairway. Okay, you can use it for tee off also, but generally you play the wood when you have to play a shot to a longer distance from the fairway. Then comes hybrid. Okay, okay. I'm also going to talk about the loft of the club. Okay, driver's loft. What is loft? How much open the open the club? How much the club is open from if you take the angle from the ground level. Like if you place the club on the ground, and if you will see how much the club is open, that is called the loft of the club. So driver head, generally drivers are the driver loft range between 8 or 8.5 to 13 degrees. Okay, depends upon how the what type of player is using. Okay, so if you are a beginner, so generally beginners, for beginners, the drivers are highly lofted. Okay, so and the loft of the club will not be lesser, the loft will be little higher. So if you are a beginner or if you are a high handicapper, so your driver loft should be higher. Okay, so that you can launch the ball high. Okay, important thing is how good you can launch the ball in a driver. Okay, because launch angle is very important. Launch angle is what? When the ball starts going in the air, at the angle at which the ball goes in the air after hitting the driver, that is called launch angle. Then, so driver launch is around 8.5 to 13 or 12.5 degrees. It ranges between these numbers. Okay. Then wood, generally wood range from 13 degree to 15 degree. 3 wood. Then comes 5 wood. So as you keep on moving to the different to the different type of club, the loft of the club keeps on increasing. Driver has the lower, then wood has little more, then comes hybrid. Hybrid has little more. So what is hybrid? Hybrid is a club which fills up the gap between the iron and the wood. Okay. So if you are looking for a distance which you can't uh, reach either by the iron, or if you hit with the wood, you will you will cross the distance with some margin, or you won't you will overdrive it. So what happens? You can play with a club which is called hybrid, and hybrids are generally hybrids are the club which are easy to hit as compared to the long iron. Long iron like 4 iron, 5 iron, 3 iron. And today, these days, many golfers are not keeping the uh, irons which are very difficult to hit, such as 3 iron, 4 iron. So instead of that, players golfers are using hybrid, because hybrids are easy to control. The ball and the hybrid, with the help of the hybrid, you can launch the ball high. Okay, that is important. And the hybrids are easy to swing also. You don't need to have a very high swing speed. If a player who has very high swing speed can still manage to play with 3 iron, 4 iron, right? But most of the players don't even keep 3 iron in their bag. Maximum they are carrying four up to 4 iron. So that is the purpose of hybrid. Hybrid can help you in hitting the shot from the rough also. Okay. So because it has the tendency, it has the ability to launch the ball little high. So you can use the hybrid from there. Okay. Then comes iron. Irons are of different numbers, range from 9 to 4 iron, and every iron has different purpose according to what is the distance you are going to hit, and how much height or how much loft do you need to hit a shot. Okay, so all the clubs are different in two things. One is the length of the club, and another thing is the loft of the club. Okay, so length, more will be the length of the club, more will be the distance. lesser will be the length of the club, lesser will be the distance. Similarly, more will be the loft of the club, more will be the height, lesser will be the loft, more will be the height will be lesser, but the rolling the ball flight will be low, but ball will roll after landing the ground. Okay, so these are the two things, and more will be the loft. There is one more thing which you have to remember, that is spin rate of the ball. So more will be the loft, more the ball will spin. That's why we use wedges. So after wedges, the category of clubs is after iron. The next category is wedges. So what is the use of wedge? Wedge is used to play a shot in a controlled way. Plus it gives the maximum spin rate to the ball. So when there will be spin rate, the ball will stop on the green as early as possible. Okay, and of course, wedges are used to play in short distance area or in a short game. Okay, because wedges have loft. The ball can go high, but it does not uh, uh, go too far. Okay, because the launch angle of the ball is too high, plus the spin is there. So ball does not carry much distance, but you can play a control shot when you have to play a short distance shot, and you can check the ball, and then finally comes the putter. Okay, putter you generally use to roll the ball. Actually, out of all the clubs in your bag, the putter is the club which has the minimum loft. Okay, putter is very flat. It is absolutely flat club. It does not have loft. It is flat. That's why you are able to roll the ball. Okay, okay. So, but a putter has 3 degree, 2 degree, or 2 to 4 degrees loft. Okay, so it can't be 0 degree, but at least 2, 3 or 4 degrees. These this these are the number which some putters have lost. Okay, and if you will see closely, a putt shot ball rises from the ground little bit, and then it drops on the ground and then starts rolling. Ball does not immediately roll just after getting contact with the putter. So there is some loss in the putter. So ball rises from the ground little bit to couple of inches distance, and then starts rolling. Okay, so this is the role of putter. So now we will discuss what are the things which we have to see, uh, which we have to figure out, which can help you in improving the game in the equipment in the club. In the club, what you have to see, what type of shaft you are using. Are you using a regular shaft? Okay. Are you using a stiff shaft or extra stiff shaft? So that depends upon what type of player you are, what is your swing speed. Okay, so if we talk about driver, so whenever you are going to buy a driver, but analyze you can analyze yourself, or you can take the help of your coach or any instructor who can guide you. Okay, but if you you are not in contact with any coach, so by yourself, how can you help yourself? Okay, but you have to see uh, what is your swing speed, is it, and how much distance do you hit? Okay, generally. Okay, so if you are a player who generally hit 210 or 220 yard distance, okay, that type of player does not need to buy a driver which is very low lofted and with a very stiff shaft, and and with a very I mean a driver which has shaft with a heavy weight. Okay, so you should go for a driver which whose shaft is lighter in weight, which is not heavy in weight but lighter in weight. The shaft is a regular shaft, not too much stiff shaft. That is a flexible shaft, regular shaft, and the loft of the driver is around 10 degrees will work for you. 10 degrees, 10.5 degrees. That will be good enough for the player who generally hit 220, 230, 240. Okay, but a player with a highly skilled player whose swing speed is too high, he can go for a shaft which is little heavier in weight. Heavyweight, generally heavyweight shafts are 65 to 75 gram weight, and below 65, like 60 gram, 55 gram weight are lighter shafts. Okay, I'm talking about the full standard shaft. Okay, I'm a full standard golf club. If you are a kid, for kids, there are different kind of equipment. Different kind means the lengths are shorter. Okay, so you should know what length will be suitable for you. Okay, so before going to buy any driver or any club, you must first try different kind of club. Different kind of club, like different club with different length, club with different weight, club with different kind of flexibility, stiff or regular. Okay, club with different kind of lock. Okay, you can try 9.5 degrees, you can try 10.5 degrees. So like that, you must first try uh, demo club. In a demo club means in in a golf club, in any pro shop, you can ask them for a club which they keep with themselves for a trial. So you can ask for a demo club and try them at the range, or if you get the permission to take it at the golf course, you can take it. And always make sure that you have tried different kind of clubs, and then out of that make your choice. Okay, so always see what is the flexibility, that is it stiff, regular, or extra stiff. What is the weight of the shaft, and what is the loft of the club. And then I will come to another other thing also. uh, in driver, obviously you will not get the steel shaft. You will generally get the graphite shaft. Okay, graphite shafts are better, are of better quality. And then when you move to iron, then again in iron, what kind of all these parameters are taken into consideration to buy the set of iron. What you have to see, uh, uh, what is the shaft weight, what kind of uh, shaft you require to play. Is it regular shaft, I mean, is it graphite shaft or steel shaft? Okay, your instructor, your coach can guide you, but still you should try the regular shaft and steel shaft at the driving range. So whatever club is uh, giving you the comfort while swinging the club, you should go for that. And always before choosing any equipment, any club, you should, put your ego aside. Don't think that if somebody can play steel shaft, then you also can play steel shaft. No, it's not necessary. If you are good enough with your with the I mean, graphite shaft, or if you are good enough with the shaft which is regular in nature, which has a regular tip, a regular shaft, you should go for that. Never take it on your take it on yourself that you can play the stiff shaft and heavyweight shaft. You will go for that. No, play the club which gives you the best result always. Okay, so lighter clubs are always easy to swing. You will get the optimum swing speed. Okay, and important thing is how much precision or how much accuracy do you get after hitting the ball. That is important. Okay, ultimately result matters. So long distance, okay, that is good to get, but if you can't control the ball flight, if the ball keeps moving left or right, then it will be difficult for you, or you will struggle with the club. To play the club in which you feel comfortable while playing at the golf course, or during any round. So in the iron, what you have to see the nature of the shaft. Is it stiff or regular? Is it heavy or light? Then you can see there are two types of iron. One is the iron head, the head of the iron. Okay, the club head of the iron are of two types. One is muscle back and one is cavity back. Okay, muscle back irons are heavier. Okay, the head of the club is heavier, and cavity back are lighter in weight. Okay, so those who are not having a high swing speed should not go for muscle back iron. They should go for uh, cavity back iron. Okay, so uh, those muscle back are also called blade iron. Okay, blade iron means what? The back of the iron is completely filled up. Okay, it does not have any space behind, or does not have any cavity behind, so that it weight gets ready. So heavy iron are is a proper heavy iron, or heavy iron head. Club head is a club which is which has a muscle back. Those are blade iron, and the blade irons are the size of the blade iron is also smaller. Okay, so it is very difficult to hit the ball with a smaller head of the iron. Okay, with the iron which has a smaller head. The bigger will be the head, it will be easy for you to hit the ball, because in a small head iron, in a blade iron, your center your your contact centerness of contact should be always 100%. Any off center contact can create problem, but in iron which are cavity back iron, which are bigger in size, the head, the iron head which are bigger in size, any off center contact still can manage to hit the ball in the direction you are playing. Okay, so you have to choose wisely whether you are good enough to play muscle back iron or a cavity back iron. Okay, so players, uh, especially those players whose ball striking is not good, or whose swing speed is not too high, they can go for mm, cavity back iron, and the iron which has a regular shaft and lighter in weight. Okay, so this that's all word about iron. Okay, now there is another thing. Sometimes what happen? Sometimes what happen? Uh, you are playing when you buy the club. Uh, Sometimes you might get it checked with the club fitter. Why? Because sometimes your swing, you feel that your swing is good, your ball striking is good, but still the ball is going left. Even after having a correct technique, the ball is going left or the ball is going right. Even after having correct technique. Okay, what happens sometimes? The pace of the club, the lie of the club. Okay, this is, suppose this is a ground and I am putting the club like this. So if the club is lifted like this, okay, sometimes the club is more upright. When the club is upright, so this is called lie angle. When you place the club on the ground and the toe part is slightly lifted up. That means the club is upright, and if your iron will be of upright nature, what will happen? The ball will hook a lot. The ball will go too much left. Similarly, if the club is too much flat, if the heel part is lifted slightly, or if the club is landing, if the toe part is landing on the ground, but the heel is not touching the ground, so it means the club is too flat in nature and the ball tends to go right. Sometimes, due to fault in your club, due to fault in the lie angle of the club, these problem can happen. So you can get it checked at the club fitting center in the golf club and get your club customized. Okay, so these are the two common things which you can sort out. Okay, then uh, okay, if we talk about wedges, wedges are what? Wedges are sand wedge. Generally, you guys play pitching wedge, sand wedge, or love wedge. Okay, all the wedges are different from each other in terms of the loft. Loft means I told you earlier how much the club is open, how much degree the club is open. Okay, so more will be the degree of the club, more will be the loft, more will be the height of the shot, more will be the spin in the ball. Okay, so if you are uh, playing, if suppose okay, so if you are playing a 60-degree loft club, which is it is a club which has the highest loft in the which this is a club which has highest loft, okay, out of all the clubs. So there is one more thing in the club you should see, that is called bounce angle. Bounce angle is what? Bounce angle is, suppose this is a club head, okay, this is the club, and the base of the club, okay, the base of the club, if the way it is kept on the when it is kept on the ground, the base of the club, okay, so there is a bounce angle in the bottom of the club. Okay, if the bounce angle is more, the club will slide easily when you will play from the bunker. So when we play from the bunker, we open the club face and hit behind the ball, so the club easily slides under the ball. But mm, if the bounce angle will be lesser, the edge of the bottom edge of the club, the leading edge, whatever we call leading edge of the club will come into the contact come into contact with the ground, and then the club will get dig into the ground. So when you buy the wedge, any wedge, check the bounce angle always, because sometimes you might be playing at the golf course whose fairways are not too soft, or you are playing from some hard surface. So from to play from hard surface, you need to play with the wedge which which does not have too much bounce angle. If the bounce angle generally lies between 8 to 10 degrees. Okay, so more will be the degree, more will be the bounce angle. So bounce angle is used to play from the surface which is soft. Okay, suppose rough, from the rough, if you are playing, the bounce angle will be good. But if you are playing from some hard surface, or some fairways are tight fairways, some fairways are soft fairways. Okay, so in that situation, you might need to change the bounce angle of the club. Okay, especially in bunker, when we play from the bunker and the ball is plugged into the bunker, what do? We don't play with uh, high loft, with more loft. We deloft the club so that the bounce angle also gets reduced and the club goes into the sand to make the ball come out easily. Okay, so now comes putter. In putter, what do we? Okay, I already told you in driver what do we need to see? The loft of the club, the weight of the shaft, the flexibility of the shaft. Okay, and what else? Mm, yeah, that's all. Then in iron, what you have to see? Uh, the the shaft weight, the shaft flexibility, is it regular or stiff? Then comes the is it graphite shaft or steel shaft we require to play, and what is the lie angle of the club, and you can get the lie angle checked also. At the golf range, there are facilities where you can get your lie angle checked. There is a technique to figure out the lie angle. You can tell your coach, they can help you in finding out if your lie angle of the iron is correct or not. Okay. Then in wedges, what you have to see, how much the loft is there in the wedge, and what is the bounce angle. Then comes wait a second. Okay, putter. In putter, there are two things. One is the length of the putter. That is very important to get your putter length correct. Okay. So if when you can come over the ball, when your eyes can come over the ball, that means the putter length is good, because if the putter length will be more, you might have to go little away from the ball. So choose the length which gives enough space for your hand to move back and throw, plus which allows your eye to come over the ball. So one is putter length. Second thing to see the weight of the putter. Okay, that is also important. Uh, so how will you figure out that what is the perfect putter weight? What will be the putter weight which is perfect for you? You have to play different kind of putter at the range or at the golf course, and whichever gives you the maximum better result, or whichever helps you in getting the ball into the hole maximum time, that is the right putter for you in terms of the length or the weight. Third thing which comes into play is what type of, I mean the what type of putter weight a putter has. Okay, what type of weight a putter has. There is toe balance putter and there is face balance putter. So generally, a player which plays like this, whose putting action is like this. Okay, this is called arcing stroke. It is making arc in square in. Okay, a player who plays like this in square in, they for them the toe balance putter. Okay, toe balance putter. Toe balance putter means the weight of the putter lies in the toe, towards the toe of the putter. That is called toe balance putter. So for a in square in action player, the toe balance putter is good, and for a player who plays the putt in the straight action, okay, who have straight stroke, who play in a straight stroke, okay, for them the face balance putter is good, okay, because they play their action is like this, to and fro, like a pendulum, okay, not like this. They don't play like a wiper of the car. The wiper of a car move like this, right? So they don't make arc. They move to and fro like this, like a pendulum. So if your putting action is in square in, you have to play. You should go for toe balance putter. But if you play straight in a straight line, straight stroke, then you can go for face balance putter. So in putter, what is required? The length of the putter and the weight of the putter. Okay. Then comes the ball. Okay. Sometimes don't check what type of ball we are playing. Okay, it is not necessary always to play Titleist Pro V because it is a very famous ball, but not always necessary to take Pro V1, Pro V. There are some other balls also which can help you in improving the game. And all the professional, I tell you, do not play with just Titleist Pro V, but they also play with TaylorMade. They play with Srixon, they play with Callaway, and those brands have also uh, uh, those brands also have good quality of balls, okay, which are as good as Pro V. Okay, so it is not necessary that Pro V is very famous and so everyone should play with Pro V. Okay, so what you must see in a ball, what what is the compression rate of the ball. If you will ask in the pro shop, if you go to buy a ball, and if you will ask the shop owner that what is the compression rate, if more will be the compression rate of a ball, better will be the ball. That ball will be better. Okay. Then comes spin rate. Okay. So which ball has the highest spin rate? Because ultimately, not higher, but depends. If you want to play a ball which gives you more spin, then you go for that. If you want to play a ball which does not spin a lot but carry more distance, so you can go for that. So according to the game, you can choose the ball, and you must try to play with different kind of balls at the golf course, and then choose any ball which is the most suitable for you. Okay, and then comes grip. So if grip is very important, remember we sometimes don't pay attention on the grip. Always remember grip. You must after every month or after every week, in fact, if you are playing regularly, you should clean up your grip. Okay, because grip should be always in the absolute in a condition which feel like new. Okay, you can't play with the grip which has become very slippery, then it can change your game altogether. So it always make sure that your grip is always clean, and remember remember what is the thing uh, you should consider while selecting the grip for the club or any club. If you are buying any club, okay, you can have you should grip the club first and see if it is giving a good feel to you or not. Okay, what happens, club some clubs have thick or fat grip, okay, and some clubs have thinner grip. Okay, so if you are playing with a club which has a very thick grip, then it's going to be very difficult for you to release the club easily. If you have big hands, if you are a person whose hands are bigger or whose finger are big, he can play with a grip which is thick in nature. But for a person with a small hand or not too big, a person with an whose hand is not too big, okay, big in size, they should go for a thin grip because thin grip is easy to it helps you in releasing the club easily. So with the because of the grip, the ball can slice only because of the grip. Why? Because if the grip is thick, you can't release the club, and if you can't release the club, you can't get the club square on the ball, and the ball goes right. That one small thing, that one problem in grip can change the game. So if you are choosing the grip, if you are choosing a club, always make sure that what kind of grip it has. Okay. So and grip also plays role in deciding the weight of the club, because if the grip will be heavy, the club will feel heavy also. the balance of the club also depend upon the weight of the grip also. So that's why it is very important to. So always, whenever you are buying any club or whatever club you are playing, first figure out if that club is good for you, does that club suit your game or not, and if it is not suiting, so you have to find out what type of club, what type of ball, what type of grip is suitable for you. You have to try out so many club ball. Okay, to you can try different wedges, you can try different drivers. Okay, first try them all and then make a choice out of them, which is giving you the best result. That is very important. Okay, so that uh, yeah, that's all about equipment. I told you. Okay, I was going to tell you one more thing. Shoes. So I have seen many players. In fact, in our golf club, I have seen many juniors. In fact, they play with the shoes, which are general running shoes. Okay, sometimes what happens? They when you play at the golf course, okay, you do not feel the proper gripping of your feet, and that gripping is very important for a good balance. So when you try to hit the ball hard, when you try to hit the ball with a very high swing speed, but you don't feel the balance, when you don't feel the proper gripping of your feet on the ground. So it can change your swing, or it can bring the inconsistency in in ball striking, or inconsistency in you know your shots. Okay, so it is very important to have proper shoes. At least if you are not buying a spike shoe, some golf shoes have metal spike at the sole. Okay, so those are good enough. But if you are not going for them, you can go for rubber stud. Okay, these days you can buy stud shoes also. Stud shoes also can also help you in gripping your feet at the golf course. Okay, so playing at the driving range and playing at the golf course is different. Is totally different from each other. So if you are playing at the driving range, still you can play with your uh, running shoes, or casual sports shoes. But at the golf course, the grass requires the stability. When we are playing at the ground at the golf course, the grass requires the stability, and that can be achieved with the help of proper golf shoes. And sometimes in the monsoon, your feet will slip because of the non-golfing shoes, like sports shoes, other type of sports shoes which have flat soles. So they can slip, but the proper golf shoe will not slip, and it can give you the proper gripping. Plus, you should be you will always like to have a comfortable comfort in your feet while playing at the golf course. Okay, heavy shoe will not give you that comfort, and because you have to walk a lot at the golf course, you might find it difficult with your heavy shoes. So some golf shoes are are designed are designed in such a way that they are very light. They they have a good padding in the sole, so they help you in having a good gripping, and they give you a comfort while playing at the golf course. So that's why shoes are important. So these are the things which I had to discuss in the uh, equipment part. So I hope it is clear to you. Anybody wants to ask the question, please feel free. Then we will wind up the session. Is there any question? Lakshya, have you started going to play? Any?
No, sir.
Have you guys? Any of you had started going to club? Devargya, Karmanya.
No.
No, none
Sir,
of you.
every morning at 5 a.m. I try to get up, but because of rains, the plan gets cancelled, and I am not being able to go to golf.
Okay, okay, okay. So are you planning to go in next month?
So I don't think so. Till the mid of July, I will be able to go because my exams will be on.
Okay, okay, okay. And what about you, Devargya?
My parents are fearing of the COVID cases. That's why.
Okay, all right. And what's happening with you, Sambit?
The same COVID case.
COVID issue. Okay, and exams are over or yet to happen?
Unit tests are going on.
Going on?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. And how is Siddhant?
Good.
Good. Okay. And Kamane, do you go to club? You are a member in the club, no?
Yes, I started going to the club now.
Okay, started going to the club.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Parents playing the squash or tennis?
Also squash.
Squash. Okay. All right, all right. So, okay, if you don't have any question, we wind up the session. I think most of you have understood what are the basic things in the equipment. Okay. So let's finish, wind up the session. We will meet up in next session with new topic. Okay. So take care, guys. Thank you, Sripanna.
Bye, sir.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, sir. Good evening, and thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Bye, sir.